Underground preacher, checking in to the underground church. And today, we are going to talk about flexibility. You know, Jesus Christ said in Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, "Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore be wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Jesus Christ instructed us to be wise as serpents, while specifically using the serpent in analogy. I believe that this is to refer to the flexibility of the serpent as well. Because see, a serpent can coil up itself without breaking. So you know that's really flexible. Anyways, at times, God will ask you to do things that goes against biblical logic, rules, and regulations. And if you are not flexible, you are going to resist him, like Peter did in Acts chapter 10, verses 14 to 15. But Peter said, "Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything common or unclean." And a voice spoke to him again the second time, "What God has cleansed, you must not call common." This passage refers to the time when God sent Peter to Cornelius, the centurion, who was not Jewish. So knowing how it was unlawful for a Jewish man to keep company with or go to another nation, God had to prepare Peter beforehand by revealing to Peter that what God has cleansed, Peter must not call common. This was done so Peter could go and preach to Cornelius' household the good news of Jesus Christ. In other words, sticking only to biblical logic, laws, traditions, rules, and regulations are not going to help you in doing what God says. After all, God is also master over logic, laws, rules, regulations, traditions, and so on. Obeying God's voice should be top priority, as written in 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22. So Samuel said, "Has the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed than the fat of rams." Obedience to God transcends biblical logic, traditions, law, regulations, and more, especially when it comes to salvation. Sometimes God might send you to a people who you should not hang out with. Or he might ask you to do something that goes against your logic, like he did with Abraham. But even though it might not make sense right away, just trust God to explain it to you in time. It might be that the people that God is sending you to are on the verge of a breakthrough, so God is sending you in for the harvest. Or it might be that you are being tested or trained in faith and obedience. You never know. Either way, even when it makes no sense, just fall back on the one and only thing that will always make sense. That is trusting God and obeying his voice. So be flexible and trust God. In time, all will be revealed and understanding will follow. Amen?
Amen.
Underground preacher to the underground church. And I am out.